The name of the game is wealth preservation. And my primary concern is preserving wealth in a form of currency for which will last the test of time. And interestingly enough, part of this problem includes switching from dollars to whatever form of currency may take over, and potentially avoiding the restrictions and pitfalls of a central bank digital currency, the future of the dollar post Fed Now ISO 20022, central bank CBDC government intervention, looking towards other vehicles, other tools of which wealth can be preserved, inflation can be hedged, loss can be mitigated, and transactions can still be conducted. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. My name is Kevin, Kevin in all caps, youtube.com/@Kevin247. And please be aware, do not fall for the scams, the spammers, and the bots in the comments in the comment section down below, trying to get you to text them and WhatsApp them to invest money for you or deliver a prize to a drawing for which you did not enter to win. I am not giving away any prizes. There's no drawings or no giveaways. All I'm giving you are updates on these videos, my opinions, my experiences, and potentially some insight to the direction of which I'm moving with my strategy, driven by changes that are occurring with the YouTube algorithm, YouTube views, YouTube reach, YouTube growth, YouTube revenue. Now, you guys know diversity, security, and cash flow are three pillars that I take very seriously. And with that being said, the cash flow portion from YouTube point of view is being modified. The diversity is going to be further developed. And I've actually come across potentially one of the reasons why we're seeing the changes that we're seeing with the algorithm, with the viewership, with the reach, with the engagement, with the revenue. I came across a way for people to earn money by watching YouTube. And I'm not here to tell you guys how to make money by watching YouTube, but I do believe that it could potentially be an opportunity to make thousands of dollars a day by literally doing something as simple as watching YouTube. But I also think that it has an impact on the videos being seen, because the videos that are being watched are the videos that are driving this side hustle income and ultimately impacting YouTube's effectiveness in impressions, click-through rate, and visibility. Came across this last night as I was doing some research, trying to get a better understanding of why views are just down across the platform. Pretty much no rhyme or reason to it. And I do think that this potential side hustle could have an impact, which is shifting the viewers' attention, taking and driving them to particular videos that are paying more than others to be watched, while people are using this as an opportunity to make money on the side by making money by literally sitting and watching YouTube. It's crazy that that is a thing, but it is. And if you guys have done that and have made money by watching YouTube, then comment down below, let me know. I'd be curious to know if you guys have done that, the success that you have with it, or lack thereof. And how much money you're making by doing it, because people are making thousands of dollars a day by watching YouTube. Unreal. Now, as I am working through these changes, I'm also thinking about the type of content that's being created and the type of content that people are watching. Obviously, you want to make content for which people want to watch, and you want to get in front of them, and you want them to enjoy your content and share it and continuously increase your growth and your reach and your earning potential, your sponsorship opportunities, paid promotions, affiliate income, diverse passive income streams, the whole nine. And as I'm doing this, I come across a lot of finance channels, a lot of money channels, a lot of stock, investing, cryptocurrency channels. In my research of the future of the dollar, the collapse of the dollar, the future of the banking system, the financial insecurity, contagion risks, systemic risks, the U.S. Treasury, Federal Reserve, all of which will affect us in a way, somehow, some way, shape, or form, good, bad, or indifferent, financially, economically, monetarily, with our income, with our savings, with our expenses, with our budgets, with our investments, with our returns, with everything. Our retirement, even those on fixed income, Social Security, SSA, SSI, SSDI, food stamps, EBT, SNAP, all of these are parts of a whole, of a big plan, a big picture. And when trying to formulate my strategy and my plans, I have to take all this into consideration, as well as what I share with you. Now, the last thing I want to share with you is any incorrect information that is not helpful to you in surviving and thriving and preparing for this economic reset is quite possibly the best way I can describe it. The wealth gap is widening. There will be a transition. There will be a transfer, tremendous transfer of wealth. Unfortunately, increasing the wealth of those who are already extremely wealthy and further reducing that of those who are not, which I would not consider those wealthy. The transfer of wealth isn't from one to the other. It's just making the wealthy wealthier and the poor poorer. It's not a transfer of poorness. It's not a transfer of wealth. It's really just further perpetuating the cycle of haves and have-nots. However, with that being said, I then have to question, why would someone want to give away all the secrets behind how to make money online, how to make money on YouTube, how to make money watching YouTube, how to make money in stocks, how to make money in real estate, how to make money in crypto? Now, granted, there are a few reasons behind why, for which I did a live stream this morning, because I genuinely like sharing and educating and helping. But I also know that this can be detrimental in ultimately creating competition, for which I then have to challenge for views. The more people that I introduce to the platform and the more people I encourage to make content, the more people I have to compete with for viewership, for hours of watch time. So, with that being said, I'm not going to stop doing it, but I am going to shift the ways of which my income is produced. So, for that example, someone who's teaching about real estate and how to make money in real estate are probably going to be selling some form of training or course or mentorship or program or membership program for which they can then make money outside of YouTube, make money outside of the commissions earned on closing real estate sales and deals. And that would be why. But when I come across the channels that are purely promoting investment opportunities, specifically, let's just say in XRP and Ripple, at a time like this, it really makes me wonder. Therefore, I'm going to have to withhold my opinions and my specific strategy moving forward, because this is not me being selfish, but if I flood the market, then ultimately, how is it going to benefit anyone? You see what I'm saying? And it's not just me. If we flood the market with insight and tips and tricks and strategies to leverage, for instance, XRP as a hedge, getting ahead of CBDC, interestingly enough, Montenegro, the central bank of Montenegro, has chosen to utilize Ripple Labs XRP's blockchain for their own central bank digital currency, CBDC. But if I'm looking at it as a whole, do I really want to broadcast to the world the secret behind getting more views? while trying to get more views? Or do I want to get more views using the secret to then drive to another diverse form of income, another stream of income? But I also know that there's a large percentage of the viewership that's not necessarily going to take the information and the secrets that are shared to be used in a way of which it would even be an meaningful impact, and me even see an ounce or even a fraction of a percent of a pullback and reduction in what I could receive. So if you want more information, feel free, reach out to me, contact me. We can have these conversations and discussions. And I do feel as though they're going to be different for everyone in their position, what they're able and capable of doing, willing to do, comfortable doing. There are risk factors associated with it, as well as what their goals are, short term, long term. If the dollar goes to zero, should I buy XRP? Well, the question is, should you buy it before it goes to zero? Because that's what we're anticipating, which a lot of people then say, well, how do I buy XRP? And there's a variety of different ways that you could. This also comes down to risk as well. And most importantly, taking your keys off of the exchange. I want cold storage, which is why I include a link down below to the Ledger Nano X cold storage cryptocurrency key wallet, because I don't want to put this plan in place and have this strategy that I'm working towards be undermined by risk associated with these exchanges like Coinbase, Binance, crypto.com, whatever it may be, going under, getting my funds, my crypto keys, my cryptocurrency tokens frozen. Okay. So it's more to it than just buying it. You got to protect it, diversity, security, cash flow. So we're talking about diversity. We're talking about security, protecting it, and we're talking about the cash flow, because the thing is moving forward, will we be able to use, for instance, XRP? Will we be able to use it as a medium of exchange of a currency? Now, granted, perhaps if you travel to Montenegro, maybe. They are using the XRP blockchain, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to start conducting transactions using XRP's or Ripple's token. A lot of question marks floating around right now in the air about what is happening, what will happen, and how we can best be prepared moving forward. With many of these coming in from those on a fixed income, retirement income, cash-based, US dollar-based savings, some fixed income, some reoccurring monthly government payment programs, SSA, Social Security Administration, SSI, Supplemental Security Income or Insurance, and SSDI for disability. Forgive me, I don't remember that acronym exactly. Wondering, hey, what's going to happen to our money? What's going to happen to our banks? What's going to happen to our monthly checks? Can we invest in XRP? Can we convert to cryptocurrency? Can we use this as a way of adding to our income, increasing our wealth, building some form of reserve and safety, savings, security, emergency plan without it impacting and affecting our benefits? That's a big one. That one's huge, especially now with other people confirming that, yes, my tax return this year was far less than I expected, far less than ever, and I need a solution. I've got bills to pay. I've got debts to pay off. The debts are becoming much more difficult to pay because of the higher interest rates, and the money's not going as far as it once did. And with all this questioning and uncertainty in the economy, in the banking system, with the dollar, with CBDC, with decentralized cryptocurrency, with the jobs market, the list goes on and on. I'm starting to feel the pressure. I'm starting to feel the squeeze. I'm starting to feel the burden It's kind of hard to breathe, kind of hard to sleep. Anxieties mounting. Questions, comments, concerns coming in for possibly seeing their land taken away by way of eminent domain. Marriages struggling, pending divorce, possible relationships falling apart and collapsing, all as a result of the challenges that we are facing in our economy. When times are good, things are great, but when times are bad, you really start to see, who's ready, who's prepared, who's got a plan, who's ready to make a move, who's ready to take action, who's going to put their armor on and go fight, and also who's really there for you and who's going to back out and disappear. And unfortunately, the percentage of breakups and divorces and trial separations and all this other stuff, and the home being broken up and kids being split up is growing as a result of these financial woes. The eminent domain is constantly going to be at the forefront of a lot of people's minds as we see more and more events happening where the government's stepping in and just kind of taking what they want, but also realizing that you never really own anything because, miss 1 year of property tax payments and they could come take all that you have. So, unfortunately, this even ties into having a negative impact on people's self-confidence, their ability to just get up out of bed and push through and fight through another day. It's almost like somebody actually told me, they said it feels like they're throwing rocks at me. And I'm not going to lie, I felt that before. I felt like they were throwing rocks at me. And I'm going to tell you guys, it's okay. It's okay, because they're not really throwing rocks at you. I hope they're not. And if they are, we need to have a serious discussion. You got to be strong. You got to have strength. You got to remember that. You got to keep your head up high. Resiliency and focus, okay? And I'm only speaking from experience as a content creator who puts himself out there on a regular basis, multiple times a day. The comments that come through that you guys probably never see are like literally having rocks thrown at you. But it's okay, because I know what I'm trying to do. I know my plan, my goals. I know what I have at stake. I know what awaits for me on the other side once I get where I'm going. And I also know how many people tune in on a regular basis for this information, for this motivation, for this insight, for this encouragement. Folks, go out, build your brand, build a company, build a business, take control of your finances, control your income, create a side hustle, get something going, passive income, multiple income streams, diverse income, eliminate debt. I know that there are peaks and valleys. There's this ebb and flow. There's a seasonality of everything. And I consider YouTube to be a business as well. So sometimes you're going to have better seasons and slower seasons than others. And sometimes you're going to put in a lot of effort to produce a huge return and maybe not see it. And then also there's going to be times where you're going to get blessed and you have, it just kind of hits you, just falls on you. And regardless of all that, you got to keep the primary objective, the goal in mind, so that when things kind of get a little light, you're still good. And when things are better than expected, you don't waste and you don't, squander that away. Interestingly enough, I get hit with a surprise yesterday as my Porsche Macan GTS is in for service, all of which being covered under the warranty of CPO. But my service advisor calls me and says, "Hey, you need brakes." As I expected. What I wasn't expecting is how expensive Porsche Macan GTS brakes are. And they're not even carbon ceramic. But either way, these are little bumps in the road. But at the end of the day, I can't risk going out and being unsafe for me, my family, and others on the road by not having my vehicle in its most reliable and safest condition. Therefore, you got to take that one on the chin. I'm not even going to divulge how much these breaks cost because y'all would literally like crap yourself. But at the end of the day, you get hit with these sometimes. But at the same time, I do know that there is positive change coming. There is going to be good news, coming. And there's going to be, we're going to see a much better situation very, very soon. However, we have to work towards that. And it's not just going to come and show up and land up on your doorstep. We have to have a plan. We have to have a strategy. We have to prepare. We have to have multiple plans. We got to have a plan B, plan C, sometimes plan D, because you never quite know. But I will say, having friends, family, and a network and a community to work through it all, game changer. Nobody can do it on their own, completely on their own. We all need someone else. And the more people we have working together collectively towards this unified front of the same goal in mind, then the more likely we are to achieve success. So again, anybody interested in learning more, asking the questions, understanding my reasoning behind what I'm doing, and my thought process behind the diversity, security, and cash flow, getting involved in cryptocurrency, leveraging XRP and other decentralized tokens, anticipating outcomes of this SEC verdict, continuously building and growing on the YouTube platform, as well as others, potentially Rumble, other channels that are being created, diversity, security, cash flow, planning and preparing for the future, and having that backup plan and that safety net just in case things go south.